looking at the future pillars of our nation. It's a great pleasure for me to address about anti-drugs on this International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Addiction is an adaptation. It is not where you live in, it is the cage where you live in. Joe and Harry. The risk of drug abuse has been spread through our communities, tearing the families apart and compromising the future of the youth. The risk is at an alarming rate, so it is the need of the heart to take a firm stand against it. Drug addiction is an excessive dependency on narcotic substances like heroin, cocaine, opium. When these substances are consumed in a high level, it causes addiction. When these substances are inhibited to a person, they suffer substance withdrawal, which is worse than the effects of drugs. Remember, drug addiction is not a problem of an individual. It exceeds the boundaries and affects the communities as well. Whether the drugs can be in any form. It can be in the forms like injection, weed, smoke, or even misuse of prescribed drug. Drug addiction has no discrimination. People are addicted to drugs out of peer pressure, to be stress-free, and for a style statement. This obsessive compulsion has a wide spectrum of consequences. Physically, it damages your health, causing organ failure and liver death. Psychologically, it causes bouts of depression, anxiety, and loss of control. Emotionally, it ruins your relationship and causes isolation. We must understand that drug addiction is always a result of poverty, unemployment, and lack of proper guidance. It is an obvious fact that India has been less progressive over years due to addiction over the period of time. We should create a drug-free environment to combat in this battle. Remember, prevention is better than cure. It is important to invest in various programs that help in the prevention of drugs. It should also aim in the early intervention and the prevention of drug addiction. Education is the paramount in the fight against drug addiction. Energetic future pillars, it is in your hands to educate people about drugs and the consequences of drug addiction. Surely, this puts a step forward in winning the battle against drug addiction. Equally important is the need for accessible and affordable rehabilitation centers. Those battling over drug addiction needs our love, support, and compassion. Surely, this helps in breaking the cycle of drug addiction and make them reintegrate back into our society. Because if you learn to quit one day, it becomes a habit over years. It is good to know that our Indian government has formulated various campaigns against drug addiction. They also have extended their hands in the victims of the rehabilitation centers. Finally, the battle against drug addiction can only be won by collective efforts. Remember, unity is strength. Let us stand together, united in our commitment, and say no to drugs. This is not the end. This is the beginning to the end of drug addiction. I sign off by thanking everyone for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.